Welcome back, this is MasterFiggy giving you another manga video, and I'll be continuing on again with the One Piece manga, and this time I'll be talking about the Baratie arc. Please enjoy! So the Baratie arc takes up about half of volume 5 to about just under less of volume 8 there of the One Piece manga. And where we last left off, the crew were leaving Syrup Town and they were heading off on their journey basically to look for a cook this time. And they meet these two guys, Johnny and Yosaku, who are bounty hunters that teamed up with Zorro in the past. And they bring Luffy and the crew to this island, well, not an island, a ship that's a restaurant in the middle of the ocean called the Baratie. And they meet this chef, the chef called Sanji, the most awesome character there is in my opinion, with an awesome suit. And he is absolutely obsessed with any woman that he sees. And I think this is a fantastic arc. The Baratie arc is absolutely amazing. Like, the energy, like what happens. This is where One Piece gets really interesting. So much happens. There's a pirate admiral by the name of Don Krieg. He is starving. He comes in, he eats food. When his first commander shows him where he got food, leads him to the Baratie, because Sanji was so kind to feed his commander by the name of Gin, by the way. Gin was so grateful, he brought his commander, Don Krieg, and they made a promise not to attack, but Don Krieg is a pirate. He didn't honor his word, and he's basically, I'm going to take this ship, because he went to the Grand Line with 30 ships, all of them destroyed by this one man, and he's like, right, people won't suspect a restaurant, I'm going to take this ship and I'm going to go to the Grand Line. And the chefs are like, no, this is Chef Zeph's livelihood. And Luffy at this moment is actually in debt to this man Zeph, because he accidentally destroyed his restaurant by sending a cannonball, though technically it wasn't his fault. That's up for argument. And the chefs actually take it up. These chefs are these badass chefs. They're like, screw you, Don Krieg, we're gonna fight back. And they basically take up like these giant forks and giant knives and spoons and just like use them as like giant spears or something. It's really unusual, the weaponry, because they're chefs. So Luffy's like, right, I'll help you guys if my debt is cleared. And the debt was that he had to work on the Baratie for a year. He's like, right, I'm not doing that. I have to find the One Piece. So I'll make you a deal. I'll take care of these guys if you clear my debt. And while this is going on, Nami steals the ship from them, and also the warlord, one of the 7 warlords of the sea, a strong pirate who's under government pay, by the name of Hawkeye Mihawk, known as aka the greatest swordsman in the world, comes along from the Grand Line, the most dangerous sea in the world, just to follow Don Krieg, because he destroyed all of Don Krieg's ships with a sword just because they woke him from a nap. And Zorro's like, this is the opportunity I've been waiting for. I want to fight you. I want to become the greatest swordsman in the world. And unfortunately, Zorro loses this battle. And, you know, Don Krieg and them are just like looking in amazement, and they're like, I can't believe he actually followed us. They're trembling in fear, and Zorro's just like, I'm gonna take you on. And it's actually kind of nuts. Mihawk actually accepts his challenge, even though he was looking for Don Krieg. And Zorro just comes at him with all his strength, and Mihawk only has like a toothpick of a sword, and he manages to destroy 2 of Zorro's swords and immobilizes him briefly. And if that's not enough, Zorro realizes that he loses this fight, and he faces Mihawk. He turns around and faces him, holds his arms out, not trying to block his attack, and says, "Scars on a swordsman's back are swordsman's shame." And Mihawk honors him by pulling out this massive sword that's bigger than him and slashes him across the chest. And as they pull Zorro from the sea when he falls from that slash, Mihawk made sure not to harm him too badly. And he says, "Come and find me, Roanoa Zorro, and fight me again." And as soon as Zorro regains consciousness, he actually holds up his remaining sword. This sword right here, he holds it up. And he vows to Luffy, "I will never lose to him again. Is that okay with you, King of the Pirates?" And both Luffy and Mihawk look and smile at Zorro, seeing his ambition, his spirit just light up. Even though he lost, he is still determined to beat Mihawk. And I think that's just an absolutely amazing moment. And Mihawk realized that these characters, Luffy and Zorro, they're so strange and their goals are so high, and yet he's rooting for them. Even though there is a chance that Zorro will defeat him, he is still rooting for him to actually come and face him again, which is absolutely amazing. The rest of this arc is just basically Luffy and Sanji join forces. They beat the crap out of Don Krieg and Gin, and also this guy called Pearl, who's like undefeated, and then he freaks out when there's blood, but it's just crazy. And Don Krieg is like firing missiles, or not missiles, like these spike things. He has like a spear that's a bomb as well. Gin even holds like Zeph hostage. We also hear the backstory of Sanji and Zeph and how they met. And then eventually Sanji does go with Luffy after the chefs try his soup. And it's a very entertaining story. It's great with Mihawk coming in. With Zorro, you actually see Zorro, actually his passion. And not only is he actually upset about losing in that, I know I'm talking about a lot about Zorro in this arc, but it's mainly a lot about him in this. And that moment just stands out so much. Like, this is so early on compared to how long this series is. And if something amazing like this happens, and he just gets cut right across the chest, a really bad wound, and he's like, "I will never lose again. Luffy, you deserve the best if you're going to be king of the pirates, and I am going to make sure that you get the respect you deserve by being the best swordsman I can be for you." And then of course Sanji comes along. He's like, "I'm going to be the best chef for you, but as long as you don't get in the way of my dreams to find the All Blue." The All Blue is this sea that has all the fish in the entire world combined together in it. And people just laugh at Sanji every time that he says, I'm going to find the All Blue. And they say, it's not real. And Zeph is the only one that actually believed in Sanji and in the All Blue. And that's why he determined to send Sanji off with Luffy. Because Zeph can't go to the Grand Line anymore. He has a peg leg. He was very badly injured. And this is just an amazing arc in One Piece. And I really recommend checking this series out. If you have not checked out One Piece, start now. Don't start on this arc. Start at the very beginning, of course. But this arc absolutely makes it worthwhile. And I do recommend checking out One Piece. So in the next video, I'll be talking about the Arlong Park arc. Yes, the Arlong Park arc. And that's going to be an amazing arc in East Blue for another reason. Apart from Baratie. Baratie and Arlong Park are two arcs that actually stand out the most to me in One Piece, and I look forward to seeing you guys again. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe and check out my other videos. Thank you.
Don't give it up, Luffy. Don't give it up, Zorro. Don't give it up, Nami. Don't give it